let's do this. I clean up the vessel, all the old mast parts and everything. This is gonna take me maybe a day. And then I built a new mast system and test the sails. It's gonna take me another 1 or 2 days. So in total, in 3 days, I should be up and going again. Something like 3 days. Today I'm gonna talk to the dock master, Jose. Kind person, very life experienced. He's a cool guy. I absolutely like the Cubans. They're funny guys, fun to be with, and the conversations are simply awesome. So I'm gonna redo this thing. Here's the plan. And then I'm gonna take my time. And then I'm gonna take my time, get ourselves over to Mexico, and as I planned and actually require, redo all the things I actually messed up in my life. I couldn't do else. Look, it's like this. I messed many things up in my life. Also, the boat is in a state which is less than likable. You know, I thought by myself, am I on the right path? Do I do the right thing? Because sometimes maybe you don't, and you can't reflect on yourself. You just do what you do, and maybe you're wrong. Maybe you are not on the right path, but I am. This is the right path. Yes, I messed everything up because I had no experience. Just doing the licenses with very experienced people, later on understand why they were yelling at you, why they were commanding so harsh and hard on you, because they knew all these dangers. They are, of course, since more than 10 years around, they are very experienced sailors, and they avoid accidents, they avoid disruptions of systems, worst case injuries, disruptions of humans. So, by doing these licenses, you get a serious insight into this business, but you don't really know anything. You just know how to behave, navigation-wise. You know how to communicate. You have the license. You can communicate. You're allowed to use your VHF with your call sign and so on and so. But the point is, you don't really know what you do. So this thing is of course a steep learning curve, and I see it today. 2 years after my start, it's still a steep learning curve. It's still very intense. And when I'm honest, I asked for this. I asked for learning, I asked for new lessons, I asked for a new life, which I got. Plentiful. Way more than I ever thought. And all I have to do is just the next step. I have to calm down if there's rumors, if there's high waves, you know, everything breaks. Of course, you are down like you're in a blues. But you get yourself some time, you get yourself 1 or 2 nights of sleep, and you get yourself back together, and then you think, what's the next step? And this is good to do. So yes, it's the right path. Yes, I do the right thing. Yes, I continue with this, and yes, I take all the time that's necessary to get everything together. This is what I must do because I asked for it. Anything else would not be honest. Anything else would be dishonest. There are chances. You can do it. I can do it. Everybody can. But only if you're persistent. And this also, of course, counts for me. So, if I'm honest, and if I keep this going, I do everything in my possibilities to get this done. Now this is easily said, but I know slowly what's behind these words. That means get yourself together, get the boat together, the parts and everything, tie it all together, make it more solid. You now know what waits for you. There are waves, they are choppy, they are not very pleasant. How can you tense the rig? How can you actually re-tense the rig while you sail? There I'm gonna do something. Not purely with Dyneema, but also with some lines, some classic lines, because they are not. Dyneema is very strong and very not very elastic. Yeah. so there's next to no elasticity in it. So if you want to loosen a knot, it's quite a pain in the you know what. And so you don't loosen Dyneema knots while you sail. You don't do that. You don't only do it in calm conditions. And other knots with these normal lines, you can loosen and you can retense that side. I need to be able to put tension back again in the rig while I sail, because I found these sorts of rigs with Dyneema tend to get slack in them. I don't know why. Maybe it's my nuts, but I don't think so, because I checked on the nuts after I had my tripod. I checked on the Dyneema nuts, and they were all just firm. I had a Gording stack, we call this in German, Gording stack, and then I had an 8 knot, just that this thing can pull through. And between the Gording stack and the 8 knot, there were maybe 5 to 10 millimeters straight line. And when I rechecked the lines, those exact 5 to 10 millimeters were still there. So there was no pull through. This knot was close and firm like as can be. It's not the nuts. I don't know what it is. My only explanation is it's the wood, which somehow relaxes, somehow with the bending and everything, changes its position, changes its shape, and then it gets the slack in the lines. That's the only possibility. If that happens, I'm gonna take now, as I said, smaller lumbers. I'll put old oil on them to seal them back again, and if that happens, I need to be able to retension my stays. Good. I didn't know it until I now saw this viciousness going on. I'm actually a lucky guy, because this happens still at the front of Varadero. Here I know people, here I know there's even a shipyard, here I know. Life is much more easier when you have friends. You have friends, you can talk to those, it lifts you up. Psychology is so big. If you have a positive attitude, a positive outlook, just because you have friends, and you have good people whom you can talk to, then you automatically feel better, and the results automatically, like magic, become better. No, that's too much. I don't say anything about that. That's just the information. I've gone many times without friends in my life because I had to. I'm a person who walks with I would say a fast pace, but also, of course, I'm anything else than a perfect person. I'm just a human being, but I work on myself, and I want to enhance. Hey, you fly, can you please go some other place? You're not wanted here. Good. Now this is already toasted, so let's roast it. Goes like a charm. Good. Well, just keep going. That's the message I got this morning. I got up and thought, oh no, I have to go, and then I'm gonna be like this naked guy, because without a vessel a sailor is like naked. It's like, what? Okay, if you have a lady, she's beautiful and loves you and stuff, okay, you don't feel like that, you could. But at the time I don't. So I would feel naked, I would go to Mexico like this is gonna go, this is gonna work, it's gonna be good. Hey man, I put 3 sails on, small sails, and I can go even through storms with them because they are small. So I don't have that much surface, but I'm not that fast overall. So, which could have been done with this vessel in 1 week, it's gonna take 2 to 3 weeks.